Welcome to Mash Up Madness! What would happen if some of your favorite characters joined forces? Turn your imagination into hyperdrive and get ready for some of the weirdest and wildest new superheroes and the bad guys. Let's go!
Want more epic games and adventures? Join us on BAMKids! Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and let's play.
What if the strongest Saiyan warrior in the universe powered up by eating way too much honey? How funny would it be if a Caped Crusader fought crime with giant round ears and a cute squeaky laugh? Would you go swimming if the ocean had a pink, oinking shark that loved playing in muddy puddles? I love jumping in muddy puddles. What if a giant kaiju monster had fabulous hair, wore pink, and took her convertible to destroy a city? Oh boy, Iron Legion meets the Wedgie Warriors. How silly would it be if a genius hero saved the world, but forgot to put on pants? Imagine if a piston cup race car had fuzzy ears, glowing eyes, and could roar like a monster. Would you drive it? Super kids, would you ride a dragon elephant if it flew through the sky, flapping his ears and breathing fire? Okay, would you trust a plumber to save the day if he also shot webs and swung through the city? How scary would it be if a tiny red bird and a sneaky lion teamed up to take over the Pride Land? What if your babysitter was a sponge who floated around with umbrellas made of jellyfish? Would you play a video game starring a tiny blue alien plumber who breaks everything in the Mushroom Kingdom? What if a skeleton with a guitar and Prince Ali Ababwa had a contest to see who could sing their way out of trouble? Imagine a snowman who climbs skyscrapers, but only because he really, really loves the summer view. What if the fastest superhero in the world had the dreary worries? Would he stop and say blub, blub, blub? Super kids and grown-ups, Ronnie Rhino here. We've got some new Body and Mind episodes coming soon. So remember to like these videos and subscribe to our channel to keep our BAM-tastic videos in your algorithm. Okay, back to exercising your mind. Would you smash everything if pixie dust made you super strong and a little green? What if a wooden puppet wanted to be a real kid and part of a magical family? What would her casita room look like? Aw, Swiftie fans! Do you think she's a superhero, secretly fighting crime while writing hit songs? Alright, CR7 meets bare necessities. Imagine scoring a goal so big it makes the jungle animals start dancing right out on the soccer field. What's your jungle dance, Super Kids? Yes, the Beast. What if the world's strongest hero decided to give away superpowers instead of using them? I'd watch those videos. Would you babysit a baby lion who shoots fireballs and vanishes when he doesn't get his way? Yikes! How weird would it be if Peely the banana had claws and sang a nursery rhyme, and then sliced through a bad guy sandwich? What if a sneaky crewmate wore overalls, spoke gibberish, and sabotaged tasks while giggling like a minionator? How intense would it be if a massive red panda soared on a magical broom and belted show tunes across the city? What if a toy cowboy had a tail that wagged when he rounded up the bad guys? Alright, Pinkalicious as a wayfinder. Would you explore the ocean if everything you touch turned pink? Including the water? How cool would it be if Ladybug could kick, flip, and fight crime like one of the Furious 5 Kung Fu masters? Oh, I think Salish and Judy Hopps would make great friends. What if Judy filmed fun challenges and had 1 million followers? What would happen if a half hot dog, half human showed up at your favorite play place? If you started teaching colors, would you hang around? Hello, how adorable would a kitty mermaid be if she had lots of thingamabobs and dinglehoppers? What if a sea witch broke into a video game and stole all the voices? Would the players just have to mime everything and act it out? Click like if you love fun. Hit subscribe if you love surprises. Would you take flying lessons from a lost boy who never grew up and also happened to be a robot? How crazy would it be if Rapunzel's hair wasn't just long, but made of actual fire? What if a warthog and a little yellow electric-type mouse teamed up? Where they zap bugs instead of eating them? That would be very rare. Maybe even legendary. Imagine a puppy superhero who uses a golden lasso. Not to fight villains, but to teach them good manners. What if a demigod and a giant shiny crab got into a dance battle? Who do you think would win? I bet they can't beat this guy. What if a demigod and a giant shiny crab got into a dance battle. Who do you think would win? I bet they can't beat this guy. What if the sneakiest villain took over the world? Only using good manners and polite words, though. How wild would it be if the fairest of them all suddenly breathed fire and had an army of Koopa Troop turtles? What if a spiky-haired troublemaker grabbed an electric guitar and turned detention into a full-on rock concert? What if a plastic spoon thought he was a hero, but kept getting distracted wondering what he was made for? How sneaky would a giant purple cat be if he could disappear in a puff of glittery giggles? Would you wear a glass slipper if it let you control the galaxy with the power of the dark side? Yes, Marshmallow Gang! What if a DJ's music was so magical that every beat granted someone a wish? How awesome would it be if the best hacker in the world also could summon dragons? What if Ryan's world turned him into a sea monster just by touching water? Would you play a video game where a giant drooling one-eyed monster chases you at sonic speed? What if a wizard didn't ride a broom, but zoomed through cyberspace, casting spells in neon? How wise would a singing lizard be if his students were also Ninja Turtles? Would you go to a concert if the star was a fancy duck who solved problems with dance battles? What if the boss at your job was a tiny vampire baby who demanded naps and fruit punch? Imagine a pirate who runs a talent show on his ship. Will you audition for it or just watch? I love this one. How ridiculous would it be if a floating fluffy cloud became the world's sassiest dance champion? That was pure chaos, in the best way. Got a wild mashup idea of your own? Tell us in the comments, and we'll add fan favorites for our next video. Until next time, keep those curiosity and creativity muscles strong.